Start the recording.
Okay, hi everybody, thanks for coming.
Hi.
All right. Let me see my agenda here, call to order.
Yes.
All right, what did you say, 4:04?
Yeah.
Okay, so has everybody signed in? If you could sign in, we'll make sure we get everybody on the list. Zoom participants, you got those?
Yeah, I got everyone here, yeah.
All right. There was a volunteer sign-up sheet at the annual meeting, and I don't have that yet, but Jill, you were on it, and Deb. Okay, good.
With the list that we have now, if you wanna put your email address on it,
Oh, sure.
yeah, and then just pass it, then you can get the copy of the minutes.
You have mine.
That,
Oh, you have it.
You have one.
the minutes are published, but, you know,
So,
if you wanna be sworn in for new members, but you need that, so.
Okay, the minutes from March 5th, I'm gonna read them real quick because I just gave them out to everybody. So we just really had a discussion about the annual meeting lunch and supplies that were needed. Dottie will order trays from Shaw's and purchase needed items. Courtney said she purchased an electric kettle, a 12-cup coffee pot, and we have the 30-cup coffee maker. Plan to set up tables and chairs at the lodge for the meeting. And Ed Reistetter said he'd make the coffee. Discussion about the upcoming Earth Day cleanup on April 26th. Dottie said she would ask Heather Long to make a flyer to put on the website, on the office door and at the mailboxes. Blue bags will be available, and once filled, they should be returned to the district office porch. Courtney said it would start at 10 a.m., but people can start earlier. The blue bags will be at the district office. Polly said she will check with some others who did water aerobics last year to see when they would want to do them. She will ask around if anyone may want to lifeguard or teach swimming lessons. Linda Johansson made up a tentative calendar that she will have at the annual meeting. Volunteer sign-up sheets will be put out at the annual meeting to attract more recreation members as well as other committees and boards. Motion to adjourn at 4:38 by Courtney, seconded by Donna, unanimous. Respectfully submitted. Dottie. A motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Courtney won't be able to make it.
Second.
okay.
Okay. Okay, Linda made up this 2025 recreation calendar. We can go through that and see what anybody thinks, if you wanna add anything or have any comments about them. So we've already done the first 3, 4, 5 things. So we're going to April 2nd, which is today, okay. How about April 26th is the Earth Day road cleanup at the district office. So, those blue bags were in that, closet there. So if they're not there, John would have put them somewhere else. They could be downstairs, so.
And you're welcome to take 2 or 3 bags with you today when you leave the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's,
I've already started
Oh, did
yeah.
you?
cleaning the streets
yeah,
Good.
the snow's gone,
before the
so,
weeds
Yeah.
start growing
yeah,
all over.
before we get
there.
more snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Filled up one bag of
Yeah,
it. And I found a fishing pole,
yeah,
so
It's
I'm glad I
amazing.
went early.
yeah, there was a certain kind of beer that whoever was dropping their cans, they,
Yeah.
you know,
And the wine boxes, yeah. on French
Yeah.
Oh
Pond.
my
And
God.
there's little fireball nips all the way along French Pond Road. Yeah,
jeez.
I'm like, someone doesn't wanna go home.
So once upon a time, I think when we first started this, we had a get together afterwards for anything, but I don't think we're gonna do that, cause people do it at their own leisure and,
Yeah.
you know, and maybe I'll get a couple of cases of water or something that we could have down here if anybody wanted to have that, but otherwise, we're not gonna do anything special unless anybody has any ideas about that. Not
I
really,
am around,
Okay.
flying to home,
nice.
the first graduation.
Oh, okay. Well, you can clean up before you leave.
No, I do it when you do it.
Okay.
I do, if you only know what happened in White Mountain Road, Pampers.
Pampers,
Oh,
my
that's-
gosh.
gross.
Yep.
I said, oh my God.
Yeah, crazy. Okay, so, next, go ahead, Linda, you can do that.
Okay, next is the mountain, trails cleanup, and do we have a date for that? Yeah,
Yeah,
Eric.
we do.
Right, what's this?
We're gonna do another flyer for that too, and we're gonna do 5-3 and 5-4. Try to, and it's not like everyone's mandated all the time. If they can show up for a couple hours on either day, I
Yep,
think,
So it's gonna be,
it's a Saturday and Sunday, May 3rd and 4th, did you
yes.
say? Yeah,
I talked to Swiftwater today, the general store here, and they're gonna donate pizzas to the cause on Saturday. So probably, I was thinking like 9 to noon, we get the pizzas at noon, and then 1 to 4 we probably work.
wow,
And obviously they can do longer, but that's
Yeah.
kind of what I'll cap it for people. And then maybe show up again at 9 on Sunday and go till noon and just see where everyone's at, because I don't know how much we'll get for 2 days, but we'll try.
yeah,
Let's go.
Keep it low key.
Yeah, and if there's a bunch
Yeah.
of people on Sunday, we'll get pizza again, we'll figure that out, but at least right now, they're gonna donate to it, to help
Nice.
out, cause
That's
they,
very
you know,
nice.
they're part of the community.
You couldn't get a pig roast out of them?
I didn't even think of that, I just said, how many pizzas are you gonna give me?
who did you say was donating the pizza?
Swiftwater, just
Okay.
Swiftwater.
So, we'll get a flyer for that, we'll post it
Yeah,
everywhere.
Heather's making the one for our Earth Day cleanup.
And the next meeting is May 7th. And then we have a big thing going on May 26th, which is Memorial Day, that Monday, and that's our pancake breakfast. And the hours for that were,
8 to 11,
Did we do 8:30 last year?
we did, and we had voted to move it ahead half an hour.
Yep.
And people were pretty much clearing out around 10:30.
because,
Yeah.
because of the parade, is that the one that has the parade?
There is a parade,
Yeah,
but there's
July.
also,
Wells River.
we had whole families that were traveling back, to Connecticut or Massachusetts or someplace.
Right. We got a lot of people early.
Yeah.
When,
Yeah.
when we were running.
Yeah.
That's on
They
Sunday.
wanted to get on the road.
Sunday, Monday. Is this the Sunday or the Monday?
It's
This
a
is
Monday.
Monday.
Oh, the Monday.
Yeah, we've had really good turnouts on the Monday. Do we have, there, in the past, not last year, but a couple years ago, Holly, when you were still at school, you had a friend that was donating, maple syrup?
Yep, Slacks Farm. Yep,
And-
you want me to ask Judy?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And is there a gluten-free option there, by any chance?
We did gluten-free option when I ran it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys, once you
You
started.
didn't last year?
We did not last
But
year.
we could,
My
obviously.
my
Yeah.
husband is celiac, he can't,
Yeah.
so a lot
Yeah.
of things like
Yeah.
that we don't go to because he can't eat it.
Yeah, sure, we,
So I was just curious, is that a possibility?
sure,
And the
There's
one that we
sausage.
used, that everyone agreed
Crushed
to
cheese.
for the gluten-free,
No.
no, was King Arthur.
oh, King Arthur Farm,
Yeah.
okay.
Holly, are you gonna be able to help with,
I don't know.
okay,
Now, at this point, I can't tell you, Linda.
okay. Okay, so, we will need to have, and this goes for everybody, a volunteer for that.
Sure.
And we ask people to be there half an hour before we serve. So,
Well, you also do an early time for getting the fruit ready,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, we do the fruit on the day before.
Yeah.
We meet at, volunteering for that again.
Sure.
We meet at the Long Family Home and we cut everything up and it's all ready to go. Yeah, so,
And when do you go shopping for all this stuff?
shop.
The day before, like if, depending on when the fruit's on sale, I can pick it up like the Thursday at Shaw's or the Friday, depending on what flyers got it on sale, or typically, we just stick local to buy the stuff.
Right.
We can't really afford four corners and,
Right, that's for sure.
We used to go down to BJ's, we would do it.
Yeah, we have
there,
done-
but
we have done that, but,
You could get more at a better price.
We have been doing that because that's where you get the sausage, right? That was from BJ's.
Yeah,
The shopping, Marcia Salant,
she's got a BJ's, I let mine go, cause they wanted $65, and I don't shop there enough to make it worth my while, so I didn't get it, but Marcia still has one.
so we'll ask Marcia about shopping and if you're interested in helping with the shopping, we'll put you there too, because it is the fruit one place, the gluten-free pancake mix and the, add water pancake mix.
Yep, that's the one we do, and the King Arthur is the same way, add the water,
Uh-huh.
and it works out fine.
Linda, can I have a pen?
Yeah,
Did you buy,
Thank you.
regular or just the gluten-free King Arthur?
Regular and the other one, and I should tell you, I think Ed asked me this once, and he knows, that I always added vanilla
Yeah.
to the pancake
Uh-huh,
mix.
yeah.
Because, we had to have something special, not something you could get out in the neighborhood, in town.
and, well, we do have another meeting before that, so the shopping would not happen until after that date.
Right.
So, in the past, she has a connection for butter over here.
What?
Your connection for the senior center.
Yeah.
So that's, there's another meeting before that, so. Okay, and we'll have to take stock of how many plates and hot cups and all that we have
Sure,
left over.
yep.
Cause we had a big turnout for the, district
For the
Yeah, way
meeting,
more than we
so
thought.
we
Yeah,
ended
a lot,
up
yeah.
using a lot more paper goods than usual. So, okay, and that moves us up to June. Pickleball tennis courts, days and times to be determined.
Excuse me, Linda, can we go back to when you missed the children's fishing derby
Oh, okay, yeah,
from May, June?
yeah,
Does Tommy O'Connor still run that? That was a question that was put out on Facebook the other day.
it was run last year by, Courtney's husband,
Okay, by Mike.
yeah.
Okay. All right,
And, but the name of somebody that worked it in the past,
it's Tommy, yeah.
what is his name?
Tommy O'Connor. He ran it for quite a few years. He did the trophies for the kids. He was always on the waterfront with the kids, getting their lines untangled and getting them set. And he would walk from kid to kid and make sure they were having a good time, helping them out. But he did the trophies for the kids.
Okay, so, I hope you have contact information on him. I don't know.
I don't know who that
He
is.
should be, and he's been a long time, seasonal person.
He lives up, or has a place up here or something?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Alright, we can try to find him and,
Yeah. I may have his number at home.
yeah, I don't know him, but yeah, I think we are looking for more help again this year.
And we don't have a date for that yet either, so,
Right,
Right.
so
So you might wanna leave that open. I can contact Tommy and see if he's
if
interested.
he's interested
Have him
to,
call you guys.
yeah, he can reach out to me, or if he wants me to reach out to him, I'm happy to talk to him and work with him on, I can catch a fish and all, but I think somewhat, the whole getting it off the hook, if there's 20 kids, I'm gonna
You're a
be,
step ahead of me.
yeah,
yeah.
The
so,
kids will show you how.
yeah, right, sure.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
I
I'm
believe,
happy to help and all, but more adult supervision might be required.
in that closet, there
What's
should,
that?
Paperwork.
Yeah, I can do
Yeah.
that.
there should be some goodie bags in there, because there were individual goodie bags that they passed out for
Last
fishing
year?
derby, and they had them left over, so they should probably be in that closet, yeah.
Okay.
But Mike will know about that,
Yeah.
so
We can
touch
talk-
base
I
with
think-
Mike too, so,
Yeah, I'm gonna see Mike tonight, I think, so.
okay.
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 Now you're on to pickleball.
I just wanna know how long of the event is that? How long
Usually I think it's,
Couple
did
of
it say right
hours.
there?
Couple hours, right?
Yeah, I thought we did 3 hours or something like that, I think, and we wanted to do it as early as possible, cause fish bite better in the
True.
early morning, so.
He did do it earlier in the morning before all families started coming down and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, and I think we were saying we wanted to push it back towards didn't we wanna go to July or something, so that there'd be more kids here or something?
Well, at least June, I think they
June.
did it in May, the end of May last year.
Yeah, so,
I think.
it'd be good to talk to someone who's better at fishing than me or something, you know, so that we could, you know, make a plan based on the local
Yeah.
expertise on that.
Alright, I'll have him give you a call.
That'd be great.
Okay. And, the next one is June, when everything starts to really open up around here. The game night, I almost put that down for June 4th.
Well, I noticed it's back to Wednesdays. And last year, planning board wanted our night, they had to change their schedule. So we swapped, they were originally Thursday night, so we took the Thursday night and I think they took the Wednesday night, right? Was it Wednesday
That's
night?
what-
But there was only one
Is it-
Wednesday a month was the conflict.
Yeah, so they
So-
chose
Right, and
to
we
do
said we would
Thursdays,
swap,
yeah.
we were very flexible with that.
You want the whole thing to switch to Thursday?
Well, what night is planning board?
Wednesdays.
Wednesday,
Yeah,
so
so-
why don't, we'll stick with Thursdays and that way we won't have to do that one.
Yeah, you don't have
One,
to think about it
meeting a
then,
month.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll do Thursdays. I asked, the girls that usually come and they said Thursday was fine with them, so we'll stick with that.
Do you wanna do Thursday, June 5th then, for starting?
Yeah, we can. And
Okay.
that, I mean, that should, people should know that, there's a group that plays mahjong, but it's also open to any game. Whatever you wanna bring into play, we brought in, what did we bring, cribbage? One night you guys did
Yeah.
cribbage, we did, dominoes became a big hit near the end. Mexican train, we had Scrabble boards, we had, different card games. So just call it game night, not mahjong night.
Yeah.
Right.
It grew out of
Game
mahjong night, but, call it game night. And then I'll do up a flyer that we can put down on the board that lists all that, so that people know. How's that?
That's great.
Okay.
And we jumped over pickleball tennis court. And I have on my, agenda to talk about pickleball purchases. Barbara Keating had said she was gonna look into a holder for all the pickleballs. And so, and do we want to buy more paddles?
Well, last time we discussed it, and we can certainly put this to a vote, that people that play pickleball usually have their own racket.
Yeah.
We have, I believe, a set of 4, I don't know what kind of condition that they're in or anything. But, we could put it to a vote,
Well, we'll have to see what we have. We can talk about it next meeting.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
We'll have to check and see how
and
many
of
we
course,
have.
the, pool doesn't open until the 21st. So, as far as,
June 21st?
Did we come up with that, Eric? Did we come up with an opening day yet? Maybe you guys can talk about it at your,
Yeah, that's something, you know, I think John has a say in too, but I think we did because I have it on the calendar for the 21st.
That'd be a good date because
Yeah.
the kids get out of school the week before that.
Yeah, I think we must have solidified that.
Go
But
by that,
the
okay.
question was, do we have the security, the lifeguard?
What's the
we
question?
won't have,
well, the kids, whoever they're gonna hire,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they'll be putting
We're-
out, I think I
I've
wrote that
already
on that
taken a
thing.
few
Yeah.
applications for the
Yeah, that was
snack
the
bar
issue.
and the recreation kits this year.
Opening day and summer help, that's the last thing on my agenda.
Okay.
Let me see that.
So opening day, we're gonna say is the 21st, okay.
and, we have hot dogs at the Lower Beach that day, so anybody who can help with that. It's with potato chips, hot dogs,
Really,
Lemonade.
right here?
the lower one.
Oh, that
Yeah,
one here, you've
yeah.
done.
Yeah, and we do some things up there, but for that one, it's over there.
I think last year, didn't it rain?
Yeah, we end up postponing it, but it was like, we scheduled it the week or two after. It wasn't 4th of July week, but, you know, because we had ice cream on, of course, 4th of July, so, yeah. So, we've got water aerobics beginning the week of June 23rd at this point. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay,
The
so,
girls were asking, they'd like to see 5 mornings. I said, I think that maybe we should ask for 3 to begin with, do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. One of the comments was ask for all 5 because they're gonna whittle you down anyways. So, as it stands, Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings.
okay,
Is what I said to them I was going to suggest.
okay. And you know who's gonna be leading that?
We did it, based from going to classes and then took that class and found it on YouTube. And so we brought down a wireless speaker and hooked that up, and all our directions and everything were right there. We watched it as we heard the directions what to do.
No
Nice.
cost.
So with no cost, it was
Yeah.
awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
And the good part was we found one that was really good for people that were just starting out.
Mhm.
But it had the option, if you wanted to go further, they would tell you what to do for that, so it was a whole range of abilities.
Do you
That
have,
worked out well.
do people use Noodles for that?
Yep.
And
We had
do,
noodles and we had some weights
Yeah.
to use with it, the water weights. And we all had our own, so
Okay.
we brought them down.
okay, that sounds like, do you know who's gonna be teaching it so far? No? That's okay,
Follow the video.
All
No,
on video,
yeah,
yeah.
okay.
No, I usually lead it.
Excuse me, speaking of the pool, the key cards, or are you gonna need those?
Yep, that's what we use to get in.
Okay.
Do you have one?
No.
Oh.
One of those gonna be issued.
Well, once the pool opens, I would imagine they'll be having a day here where you can get one.
Yeah, I think in general,
And
you can get them anytime now.
Oh, okay.
Did you get more of them?
I think we have.
yeah, I think they got 50
Yeah, we
more.
have some
Oh, okay.
left now,
Okay.
so people could come in during the office hours. That might be a thing we have not trained the new person on yet, because it's been winter, but that's something that maybe we should get training on.
And
is,
there's the cost for that pass?
$10, is it $10?
Okay, so, June 2nd, district meeting here at 4 o'clock.
That's July 2nd.
July
July 2nd.
2nd,
Yeah.
absolutely, July 2nd.
Before are you guys about to kind of disband the meeting? Because I did have some things I'd like to present to the table. I just didn't know when to interject.
Well, new business as we get through this.
Sorry, we don't have like a full agenda, but after the opening day and summer help concept, we normally open up for new business.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I'm very new to all of this. I apologize.
You got you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Do we have anybody else besides Serene on?
Yeah, there's a number of
Randy.
people.
Okay.
So just go through your thing and then we'll continue.
Okay, so, the ice cream social on July 4th, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, out here on the porch. We need volunteers for that. It's a fun day. Okay, so
I'll be there.
there'll be
I'd be-
people purchasing ice cream too, and Marcia Salent usually gets a gift certificate to 1 or 2 ice cream places.
Well, just one, yeah.
Just one now?
No, actually,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, mountain bikes.
Yep.
Need plenty of help for that, so put it on your calendar, July
That's true,
26th and
yes.
27th.
Yeah.
We serve breakfast beginning at what time?
We go at the lunch about 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we arrive at 6:30 and we're serving at 7 o'clock.
Can I make a suggestion for that?
Yep.
A lot of people did not know that you were serving breakfast. And maybe get some of the kids in the area to make some posters to put out there. So that like at the table where they turn in and come in and check in and stuff, and on the face of the building, so that people know that you're doing that.
Yep.
And that way you'll get the people to come in. You know, a lot of people didn't know that
Yeah,
that was going on.
it was the norm for the bikers to kinda not expect food, so they weren't like aware to be thinking about that, so, yeah, I agree, a little bit more advertising up front. But that even goes towards like the communication from their event coordinator guy to their people, you know, so, but all of it, yeah.
Yeah,
We could definitely get it more advertised this year.
I think Dave said it was in the paperwork, but there's like 12 pages of paperwork.
Yeah, so it just kind
So
of.
it gets lost in the shuffle,
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
you know.
So maybe if we put a sign, like by the entrance?
Yeah, we had a sign, but it wasn't that great, so we can do a better sign, and maybe we could, and then we could put one up front saying
And
like,
maybe we
yeah,
can,
we can really sell it a lot better this year. Plus, we didn't know what we were expecting last year at
Yeah.
all, so now that we know, it's
Right,
much
right.
easier to envision.
now we know more or less what to expect,
Yeah,
and also with the mic, we can
oh, like
announce.
you mean like a megaphone kind of thing?
Yeah, the thing that they were talking, remember they were talking with a mic, something?
Okay.
It must be a megaphone.
Yeah.
Something like that, I don't
Yeah, when
know.
they were announcing
I
the
can
winners,
hear,
Oh,
yeah.
so you're just saying like have one of those
Yeah.
to, hey,
Yeah.
food's ready.
ask them if we can use their,
Yeah, I get you.
We
We
can use
got a
that.
dinner bell.
That's it.
Yeah, right, yeah, just a cowbell or something.
Dinner bell,
There you go.
Yeah.
Put it in a little triangle.
That way you'll get everybody up.
Yeah, but, I think, you know, we'll have to reach out, we had, the kids, from, I think Dave's group, you know, the NHS kids or something like, Honor Society kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
high
We're
school.
doing the park.
So they were such a huge help with the parking, I mean, that was,
Yeah.
that's very needed if we can go to that, I'll talk to Dave.
A lot of this comes down from the other committee, the
Yeah, that's-
Montrose committee, they, you know, we do what they ask us to do, so,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll start planning that event more, probably starting next, meeting then.
Yeah. So then August 6th, we've got a recreation committee meeting. And then there's the big one right here, which is the family game day, and, we had voted to proceed with that, but we didn't have we have to vote on funding it, right? How many?
yeah, we don't have to do that right now, but,
We have to get a
We
date
had-
for it.
we had talked about calling it Summerfest.
Yeah.
And opening it up to
Oh, yeah.
Haverhill, but my suggestion is we just do it this year by ourselves. Kids can bring their friends,
Okay,
but I think if we open it up to all of Haverhill, we're gonna have no idea
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Right.
how many. And if we're only gonna get 2 bounce houses, you can't have 1,000,000 kids.
Okay.
And, it's $200 an hour with a minimum of 2 hours, so it's $400
Per
for
bounce house.
each bounce
For
house.
each one.
So that's $800.
Did you
And
fill up both last year?
Thankfully,
Oh,
we
yeah.
got $2,000
Oh, yeah.
to spend this year instead of the 1,000, that was,
It was a beautiful day, we had a
Be
big
amended
turnout.
to,
We did hot
but
dogs.
we got 2,000 to
We had
spend,
archery
right?
tag,
Yes,
Yes.
so,
yeah.
but it was,
but,
There's,
Takes
yeah,
too long
there's
to
also, I
production
think,
for the
funds that
archery
carry
tag.
over too.
it was like 20
'Cause
minutes.
we made more money last year.
Oh,
with
right,
rec
right.
and the
Yeah, but your
snack
money
bar.
is-
No, I'm talking just rec and snack bar and everything, we made more money last year than normal, that's
Yeah.
why.
Only
Yeah.
did twice.
I think Mike had a question on the internet, I think he was
They had
waving,
cornhole, they had badminton. Oh, there's a lot
Maybe
of
not.
stations.
Somebody was waving, I don't know who.
Hey, Eric,
hey,
hey, can you go back to the bike race for a minute?
We're still on it.
yep,
I know that I believe it was the National Honor Society from the high school helped out last year.
yeah,
yep, we already talked about that.
Okay, never mind then.
oh, okay, yeah, no, they were great too, and they were like the parking superstars in my opinion, so I wanna get them back.
They also had a bake sale,
Yeah, they did that too.
and they
yeah,
got made,
about the
yeah,
rally.
they sold out with that.
Yeah.
Eric.
good.
Eric, do you have the contact for that?
That was a contact through, I think, Dave.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know many kids up here.
Yeah, because Price was in that group, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so is everybody in agreement, we'll just keep it to Mountain Lakes and not,
I agree with
Yeah.
you.
That was just a random idea. I think.
no, I know,
Just because it was fun on the winter, but we don't know what to expect.
Right.
so,
Yeah, no.
that's
But
one thing
if
if
we ever
it's,
wanted to talk to Shirley about a summer thing, it's fun,
Yeah.
but yeah.
yeah. So we have 3 things that we do with Haverhill, and I don't know if we've gotten to any of those yet, have we?
Well,
Not yet.
yeah, we
Yeah,
know
we had-
that we do Winterfest.
Yeah, that.
And
Oh,
then
yeah,
we
that-
do
yeah.
the Evening on the Lake, which is coming up next on August 8th.
Okay,
And that has been confirmed with Sherry already.
okay, good.
So Sherry Sargent is our town of Haverhill rec director, and she's terrific. And that Evening on the Lake it's from 7 to 9 in the evening. And it's on the lower lake. And I'd like to have permission if we could rent the kayaks that night.
Oh, okay.
They still following, Courtney last year was doing that. They have to be 16 years old to be out there without an adult.
Oh, so do we just need like someone there to like,
Yeah, open up the downstairs, it's open anyway so they can use the bathrooms, but
Yeah.
so that they can pay rental
oh, okay.
to, I think for even people who live around here, I know I didn't bring a canoe down and I had I rented a canoe for
Oh, okay.
my
Great.
group.
Yeah, yeah, I don't see why not. We can figure that out.
Okay. And there's, we provide, s'mores.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a fire and there's, s'mores with it, so. Okay. After dark, fireworks at the beach on the 30th. And, you'll notice that one thing that's not on the calendar this year, and that's the adult social at the pool. And now that everybody has a pool pass, you can meet there whenever you want. So, before 10 o'clock, of course. But, so that's why it's not on there.
Linda, last year before the fireworks, we had that ice cream social and that was
Oh,
really.
yeah,
That was in the
Yeah.
afternoon, yeah.
yeah,
Well, no,
okay, that's not on here.
Well, what time did we do it, 5 o'clock?
I thought it was.
Before-
Yeah,
Like 5 o'clock, so that before it got dark,
Yeah.
they could.
Okay, so that's not on
So
here.
5 to 6, I think we did maybe.
Okay. And then the day after the fireworks is clean up at the beach down here, and that's the upper beach. And we do serve hot dogs after that. About 10:30 in the morning, they're eating hot dogs, 10 o'clock, whatever.
We could change it up a little, we don't have to do it.
Right.
yeah, you could offer something different,
Yeah.
just a juice and,
Yeah, well,
Danish.
Oh,
yeah.
we can,
last year there were Dunkin' Donuts, weren't
Oh,
there?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, there were donuts down there.
Donuts would be a nice touch.
Okay, so
And
let's
then
do
we'll get them
that.
like at Walmart or something and they're
yeah,
lovely.
I think I,
If we could ask Hatchlands, I mean, I know maybe they
For
wouldn't
the
want to
milk?
donate it, but they have those nice, kind of locally made like blueberry donuts.
Well, that's from the Tuttle's Diner.
Do they do that?
Those come from Tuttle's?
Really?
Tuttle's Diner makes those.
Oh, yeah.
And the bread, yeah.
Have you tried the blueberry
Maybe we can get them to
pancakes?
volunteer.
No,
So
just the
that
bacon
dinosaur-
blueberry donuts, they're unbelievable.
Yeah, but the blueberry pancakes, I go with it, especially for that.
Yeah?
No.
Oh,
No,
Tuttle's.
Tuttle's.
I
So last year was coffee and donuts, wasn't it?
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
That's better than hot dogs.
okay,
Yeah.
so I can just change this when I clean up this calendar. I'll take
yeah,
that off.
coffee and
I'll
donuts,
eat
sounds
one
good.
though.
Absolutely.
And I,
Get the ones with the cheese in it.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Too salty.
Okay, so recreation meeting on September 3rd. And it's pretty much a review at that time of everything that we did during the summer. Of course, there's a review after every meeting
Yeah.
of things that we've done to improve. But, so there's a September 3rd, and then we have a meeting October 1st, but that's pretty much a work meeting before the yard sale and adult social, which is on the 11th. Trunk and treat, October 25th.
Linda, can we go back to the yard sale? for a
Sure.
minute? On that, last year, I run that, and, last year, the ad did not go into the paper. And, as I went around to say thank you to people that signed up to do it, they were quite perturbed that they didn't have any buyers. I spoke with the editor of the paper and found out that the ad was never turned into them. And I had left here that day of the meeting when I gave Courtney the ad. And I felt like I had always, before that, put it in, but she insisted to put it in, and then it didn't go in. I have decided to not do the yard sale.
Yeah,
I'm done.
you're done doing it, right, so. Okay,
Yeah.
that went through the cracks and it's not Courtney's fault, it was given to the secretary and that went, and that just went through that way. I know that I
It was-
came over to see you about that, remember? Yeah, that should have never happened, I felt bad about it.
I have a
Okay, so,
question regarding that.
Well, a lot of people said that they wouldn't bother doing it again, so that's what I'm basing. I'm not going to put the time and effort into it if most of the people are not gonna do it again.
Well, that was my question, why is it so late in the year when,
Cause it was Columbus Day weekend,
but everybody's out and
well, a lot of
leaf
people,
peeping and they're not really coming in here.
no, we did get a lot of people every year. We'd get a lot of people coming in. And what we would do is put it in the paper, and it only went in for that weekend before, so that people had the week to get ready for it. And then I put a basket down here on the porch with the maps and marked the maps of everybody that was involved. And so that weekend, that day, that Saturday, we would have a lot of cars in here. And a lot of people turned out for it, and I could tell by the amount of maps that were gone, taken from the box.
I'm just thinking from just
yeah,
living here for
but it's-
2
we-
years.
Yep, but it was
I didn't get very many
we picked
people.
Columbus Day weekend because it was a 3-day weekend.
Mhm.
And usually it's beautiful weather, can't always count on New England weather, but
Right.
usually it was.
Mhm.
And a lot of people are either opening up for the winter, for their ski season, or a lot of people are closing up. And a lot of times you'd see things out on the road anyways to be given away.
Right,
So that's when we came up with the idea, like, let's do, meet your neighbors. One year we did it at the mailboxes, right? Remember that? Instead of everybody doing it at their house.
Yep.
Everybody brought their stuff down and lined up around the mailbox area. But that became congested, and so we decided to go back to your homes.
the
What's
lodge would
that?
be a good
The
place.
lodge would be a good place for that.
Yeah,
Set up a,
As long as you don't have
Flea
heavy
market.
furniture, but.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, you got that whole ball field right there too, I
Yeah.
mean, you.
so we're gonna be looking for a new chairperson for that,
Yeah,
so think
there is
about it.
some work too beforehand, getting, and I can help whoever wants to take it over with that.
Okay, so let's put that on for new business.
I like Pierre's idea of the lodge area.
Yeah.
It's so much nicer if you're doing the lawn sale, you do it at your own home, you don't have to lug it away.
Mhm.
But when I had it, the 2 years, I had very limited, cause I'm kind of out remote, and then I go to other people and they say, oh, we had like 37 people, and I'd say,
Yeah.
I had one person drive by slowly.
Yeah,
And you put in as much work if you sell everything or if you sell nothing.
Right,
Right.
But if we would do it for like one day, from 10 to 3 on a Saturday,
Mhm.
and have it in the big ball field, you've got nice parking over there and have your stations.
Yep.
But from 3 to 5, you close up and you take everything with you. And that doesn't mean all your trash goes in
right,
Right.
our dumpster.
Right.
You have to take it
Yeah.
with you.
and we had a thing on the end of it that said you had to clean your site up
Yes.
by 7:00.
Yeah.
We gave people enough time to rest for a bit and then attack, bring it all back in. So we said their areas had, and I would go around, thank them for
Yep,
being a
sure.
part of it, and at the same time, making sure everything was taken care of.
Can I ask what's the adult social involvement for meals?
It's,
What do you do?
it's potluck with appetizers and you bring BYOB and it's music. We're not paying for a DJ or a band anymore because that was way too, last time we did it, the music was so loud that we couldn't talk.
Oh, so easy to
Yeah.
do it on
Yeah.
Wi-Fi now.
Yeah, right, it's just, and there's usually a good turnout for that,
forget a karaoke machine.
yeah.
Is that the only one of the year? Or did I see another social?
we have like
That's
an ice cream
Valentine one?
social.
Just the Valentine?
Yeah.
And then this one,
And that,
And they used to do a pool one, but now the pool's open to everyone.
okay.
But we
Yeah.
do have, I guess we did it this year in January, we have a volunteer appreciation. And that is also, everybody bringing something.
Mhm.
We kind of coordinate with each other to see who's bringing what, so we don't have 10 salads and
Right,
no potatoes.
And they're not on this list because it's January 26th and February 26th, so. But if people wanna have a social and they want the lodge, they can come, they can give us a date, come to the meeting. And that's open to anybody.
Yeah, anybody can head anything up that they
Yeah.
want to,
Yeah,
really.
I was gonna ask about that,
Yeah.
cause I was thinking, you know, this summer it'd be great to have like cornhole night,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah,
That could be part of game night,
Yeah.
you know, every week, get your teams together,
Exactly.
yeah, and you could do it every Thursday night.
Mhm.
And have you'll have a cookout or something, or
Yeah.
bonfire.
Well,
Get together.
bonfire has to come under rec, the permit comes from under rec to have a fire on
In
the
that
beach.
pit that's right there?
Yeah,
is there a pit?
No, I
We
think,
have a
The
small
fire
I don't know if, like, we
not
have a
very
camp,
big.
like a campfire ring, right?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, yeah.
rec has to apply for a fire permit
Yeah.
for that to be able to be used
Through the town.
through the
Yeah, through the
town.
town.
Yeah, you can go right online and
yeah,
get
I
one.
think it's free, isn't it? Or $5.
Five.
$5,
Okay.
$5.
In Bath, it's free.
Does Mountain Lakes have its own fire pit? I know that when we do from Evening on the Lake,
Sherry has
Sherry
Sherry
brings
brings her
hers
own.
from the,
there used to
So-
be one on the corner over here, but I think it's gone.
I don't know about that one, though, there's a small fire ring by the lodge
Oh,
that
yes.
Right,
could be used. But if we're talking about over here,
yeah,
for like a bonfire, like a campfire, I think you'll have a small solo stove
Yeah.
or something, but I don't think we have anything over here right now. So I'm not sure.
We could purchase something if we,
Yeah, if we,
Yeah.
you know, if we
Yeah.
I know the talk about it, getting a fire pit, was we don't wanna leave it out because you don't wanna encourage people to take it and use it themselves. It has to,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
right.
it has to really
Just
be
build it out of
monitored.
rocks, there's so many
Yeah.
rocks.
Mike has a question. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Eric, what we used to use was a truck rim. And you turn it over and you have a fire inside the truck rim. And if you go to a couple of local trucking companies, I'm sure they would donate a truck rim, a truck tire rim.
That's kind of a cool idea.
That's good, all the state
Yeah.
parks do that,
What's that?
all the state parks use those.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah,
sure.
Oh, wow.
And then it'll last a lot longer than what you buy in
Yeah, you're
the
right.
store.
That's a good idea, Mike. Thanks.
Yeah, that's what I use at my house.
Yeah, okay.
ours has been going for 18 years,
Yeah,
19
right.
years, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're hard to move, they're heavy, so then they don't get pulled all over the place, they're usually just left wherever you put them.
Yeah.
Right.
So, we're moving on into November.
how about trunk or treat?
What about trunk or treat?
Trunk or treat.
Trunk or treat, absolutely. That's down here at the beach. Between 5 and 6, set up between 4:30 and 4:45. And that's
Bless you.
rain or shine, they love it.
Yeah, they love it.
And recreation meeting on the 5th, November 30th is the tree lighting, which is right here out in the porch here, and we have punch and cookies in here. I sing a couple of songs and turn on the light. And that the following Friday is, that's a, by the way, that's a, November 30th is a Sunday, because it happens to be, I believe the Thursday before that is Thanksgiving. So, yeah, so, we have the, so we have the, tree lighting here on that Sunday. December 7th, now that is with Cohaverall, that's the third event that we do with Cohaverall.
And what is that?
The children's movie night.
That was a
Oh, yeah.
good turnout last
Yeah.
year.
Okay, so besides the cornhole that Pierre mentioned, is there any other things that anybody would like to add to this?
Serene, this would be a good time for.
Oh.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, a couple things, and I heard someone talking about the game night. Have we ever done, and I don't know if you guys have ever done this or would be able to, but like a casino night? You charge money for people to get the tickets to go in, play Texas Hold'em, do some serious gaming for the big guys.
It's a cool idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of people probably buy
Something to do
tickets and
at the
it'd be
lodge
fun.
To think about someday.
Sorry, Carmen.
And then actually someone was kind of joking about a karaoke machine, but karaoke nights could be a fun thing as well.
Yeah.
Um, But so I guess what I really wanted to bring up, there's kind of two things. One of them would definitely need funding and a lot of logistics. So it'd be something to be planned for if accepted. But what I'd really like to bring to the table is the ideas of, well, one, a community garden. There was some people said they would donate their time to do like some rototilling. I know a lot of people were really interested in the idea, and then someone even presented that their company could assist with funding that was needed. I know water could be an issue, so I was thinking that you could do big barrels. We live in New Hampshire, there's tons of rain. We could naturally collect a lot. And then I know Pauline Bonanno had actually presented this previously, so she might have some good implementation ideas that could be helpful because I don't know the logistics. I'm just trying to present it.
Yeah, it's just a good idea. It's a good idea to start with, and we can all talk about it.
Yes. And then another thing, which would be long-term, I guess, aspects you guys would probably talk about would be the possibility of a community chicken coop. These are just things I see
Oh, that's
allowing Mountain Lakes to be more of a self-sustaining place for the residents.
Yeah, right now, that would take some extra hurdles to go through and probably
Right.
start that
I just
conversation.
figured I'm at the table. I might as well present some things and see where the ball rolls. I know you guys are the folks in charge, so I'm just kind of shooting them out there.
Yeah,
I remember years ago, somebody brought that to the attention,
yeah,
and it was a no, because they don't wanna hear a rooster first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's against our regulations right now
right
to have
now
farm
it'd be
animals.
against our regulations to have
Yeah.
chickens.
So
Or-
are all the lands then created with the same covenants as residential? Wouldn't there be some greenbelt land away from residentials where they wouldn't hear that? And that isn't like zoned with the restrictions we are?
I think would be a better question to bring, this specific one would be better to bring up to the commissioners directly. To
Gotcha.
see what is and is not.
Okay.
And, you know, it's always, you're always welcome to try and garner that support for that, but it does seem like it might be a hard
Yeah.
thing, for the
Gotcha.
whole
Gotcha.
community to summit. The community garden seems much, less invasive to people's ears in the morning.
Understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we could, you know, we can explore both, but, you know, sometimes,
I think it was more than once that somebody brought him up, and
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
not acceptable.
okay,
Well, we have a lot of new members of the community as well as new members, so
yeah,
figured let's go for it.
The,
yeah, but, if anyone wants to chime in about the garden idea as
Yeah,
well.
Holly,
because
was
there's
there
a
a
lot of chatter.
location?
Yeah, we were talking about over in the old camping area, leaving trees around the edge so that people that didn't belong in there, didn't know it was there, but clearing out the center. But water was the drawback.
Mhm.
We couldn't get water to it. I like the idea of the rain barrels,
Yep.
Serena, that's a great idea.
Yep,
You could run those off of the lodge up there, and catch the rainwater.
Where's the old camping area?
Across from, like, where the tennis courts are. You know where the tennis courts are,
Yeah.
by the lodge, across the way.
Yeah?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oops.
Where you go
Probably.
in and camping area was in there.
Really?
And they used to camp
Kind of
in there
behind
at
that
night.
lot that's been cleared and behind there.
Yeah,
This is a
Eric,
big
Did
Yeah,
they
beyond
camp there
that,
this year for the bike
beyond
race?
we didn't have many campers there, I think we only I don't think anyone camped there because we were gonna save that for like people without vehicles that just brought a tent,
Yeah,
and I don't think anyone did that.
there was one in there,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
there was one.
well, I think that sounds like a subcommittee right there. That's a whole, get your volunteers.
There's a lot of logistics
and-
to getting it going.
Yeah.
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 Question?
Go ahead.
And the very important feature is you need to fence it in,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's been
Deer.
part of it.
where,
There could be like a trial error type thing. I mean, a lot of people have very sustainable gardens that flourished and they don't have fences. So that could be something that you see if it works and we don't get eaten by critters if there's a flourishing garden occurring, right? And then revisit to save finances.
Right behind the, Cherry's building, what's the name, Armory. It's a community garden. It worked 1 year, maybe two, and then nobody
Oh, yeah,
is available.
yeah. Well, it all depends on who's interested, if we can
Yeah.
garner enough interest and
Yeah.
come up with a good idea, a good proposal,
It's a
but
lot of work, cleaning it up.
a lot of things can be done as
Really.
long as, there's the willpower and, if
The core
there's
driving
volunteering
force.
and
Volunteer,
not so
yeah.
much of an ask from the district itself.
Right.
And usually with stuff like this, it seems like it could.
So, and, wanna back up a second, Serene, with the gambling night, with the Texas Hold'em night,
That's fun.
that, do you need to have a,
We might need a
permit?
permit, yeah.
You have to have a permit from the
I like
state of New
it.
Hampshire to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's that?
Gambling.
yes,
Well, I know the Boys and Girls Club does it a lot and they create tons of funding for their center.
uh-huh.
And they probably do have to get some kind of certifications, but I mean, I know they get a lot of revenue.
Yeah. So that's another great idea, though, but
Yeah, it's an idea that we could, in the future, it could be like
We
a
can
revenue
visit.
raising idea where
right,
if the
Do the
house always
research.
wins, let's be the house,
Well, it's the ticket purchase, I think, essentially that
Yeah,
that
sure,
gets
sure,
the
that-
funding.
That's true, yeah.
So, but that would be another, that would require a committee, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, these are all
Yeah.
big
The
items, but
idea is, we're gonna have to have,
some of these, they don't
Anytime-
have to be implemented right away. but-
anytime we.
I have that much faith in all of you.
I'm out on the
I'm
community
glad
garden.
I
Yeah.
volunteered.
I-
So we make
I
money
don't
from
have a
renters
green
going
thumb,
to these
and
events.
I don't want any part of.
Anything that requires tickets or ticket sale requires
Yeah.
a really
Yeah,
firm
yeah.
person to do that.
Yeah.
Good.
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
So,
someday.
with that, these are, things to continue to explore. Serene, I'm happy to maybe help you, draft like a bullet pointed, I just did this for the Monto. If you wanna talk and we can put something on paper and then present a little bit more concretely,
Yeah.
like what the vision would be for the garden side of things right now.
Okay.
These other ideas we could just keep kind of,
Build off of it.
Build on to.
Okay.
I think.
Tell her I put her name on the top of the list as the organizer.
Yeah,
Oh, Lord.
if,
In rec, can I bring something else up? The power washing of the courts and the marking for the pickleball, that was supposed to be done. I can't remember if it was last year or 2 years ago. I think 2 years ago we talked about it was supposed to be done last year and it didn't get done. It was coming out of, I believe, the general fund. It was requested and granted but not done. And, we'd like to see those markings for the pickleball court this year. Have the, court cleaned, power washed, and then, have the markings. But another thing has come from the card key system. People are interested in having the card key reader put on the tennis courts. And one of the biggest reasons came up was that a lot of people that use that are seasonal people. And when they come up, the office is not open for them to get the key. For renters, if the homeowner doesn't have the key there for them to get in, they don't use it, they don't get to use it. Homeowners that rent would like to see that as part of the amenities, that they'd be able to go out. So one of the thoughts that came from that in talking with people was, why couldn't we put a card reader on the tennis courts that uses the same card as the pool? Have it set up so it reads, and then people that rent could leave it on their bulletin board like they do for the pool, and it's there for the people to use. But even residents would like to see it. I know there's the logistics of the internet, there's the logistics
Yeah.
of the electric.
cost is
But-
my concern,
But we
Yeah.
did it down here,
yeah.
and there's no reason that we could say, 2 years down the road, we're looking to see that done. Can we start planning for it? and, we just thought that it's I can't say it, it's another amenity
Yeah.
that, we need to bring the amenities that we have up to speed here. And,
Right.
and that came out of that meeting.
Good.
Go ahead,
Go
Kim.
ahead, Karen.
I don't use the tennis courts or the pickleball. Is there a need to have them locked?
I was gonna say, why not
Because I
just
know,
unlock
like,
it?
the town I'm from, Berrytown, has the courts, and we have fencing,
Right,
but we don't have them ever locked. And we have,
Good idea.
in the 3 areas that I can think of over in central Vermont, there's like a skateboarding park beside it, and there's basketball, and there's beach volleyball. So you're encouraging like youth, right?
yeah,
And I can't think, and I could easily, I know exactly who to ask to find out if there's ever been damage, but is there a real need to have that
I
locked?
would think it was just to prevent damage, I can't think of any other reason, is
Yeah.
Randy still on? Randy would know,
Randy was number one, wasn't
No, I think he's up
He
there.
is there, but-
yeah, he should be, he was on.
Yeah,
The only problem I would say is the cost of that was quite expensive, and to do that over there for the limited usage, yes, I'd rather explore unlocking it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
already
And if
have
there becomes
electricity
a
down
problem,
here.
we put a
Yeah.
lockbox with a key on it and
Right.
give the
Yeah.
code out to
Good idea.
the other
Low
people.
cost.
Either way,
That's
we're
like a
just looking,
$35
yeah.
expense instead
Yeah.
of 15,000, so.
either,
Right,
either way, they're just looking for more usage and more
Yeah.
accessibility.
I'd rather start with unlocked, I wanna be a fun, welcoming, community here.
Right,
yep,
And then if it becomes a problem, we can put a
Then-
lockbox,
Yeah.
and then if that becomes a problem, we go from there, but
Yeah,
Take it incrementally.
I would probably go that way with
but no,
it,
just
yeah.
the,
We
just
did
the
this-
fact
we did
that we
this-
want more accessibility.
We did the same thing with the basketball court, that used to be locked, and then
Right.
we opened it up, and it hasn't hurt anybody to leave
No.
it open.
you know, there's
No,
kids
so
that
the
go with
tennis
bikes
court's
on it,
open,
they
it's-
have a good time, they're
Yeah.
respectful.
So you wanna put that to a vote, make a motion to,
Unlock it?
and to,
I'll make
Lock
a
it.
motion to unlock it.
Yeah, I'll second it.
okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody against it?
Yeah, I think that's the best way to start, and if we wanna readdress it or reassess it if there becomes problems,
And I think as a community, we can self-police it a little bit.
Sure.
You know, I know one time my husband and I were swimming and there was nobody around and there was just this very destructive, mouthy little boy. And I thought, I'm not gonna watch him destroy something. He was pulling the fencing apart.
Oh,
And I think he was just angry at something, and I went over and I spoke to him and we got to talking, and then he was telling me about fishing, and I talk to him all the time now.
Mhm.
But I think if I hadn't spoken to him, we would have ended up with a gaping hole and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So, people are out and about and drive by, it is kind of, off to itself, but maybe make a point every once in a while of driving by.
Right.
And, you can tell if somebody's playing tennis or having a good time, or if they're watching you, watching them, then
Right.
watch them a little bit
Yeah,
more intently.
go ahead.
The,
Sorry.
tennis courts is gonna be repaved this year.
that was my
Correct.
understanding.
So we could leave it open and then just tell everybody, all right, it's gonna be closed this week because it's gonna be
Sure,
redone
of
Right.
or
course,
something
yeah,
like
of
that.
course, yeah.
But I think that's done every 5 years.
Yeah.
I think that's why it wasn't done last year, if I know.
Yeah, we voted in committee to have it done, but
Yeah.
then there wasn't the money for it.
I don't know if it wasn't the money or if they do it every so many years, I don't know.
I don't think, I thought the money was there, that's why we were questioning why the pickleball lines weren't done. And so that's why it was brought up. Yeah.
And my question, how soon have you put up the nets?
I'd have to
What time
check
of
with John
Yeah,
on
we
that.
could ask John
Yeah.
to put them up.
About the same time you did the pool? or
No, that was
No,
done
no,
earlier, it was
earlier.
done by
And we
by
kept it
Memorial
up
Day.
later than closed.
And there's lovely swings over there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's gonna keep getting better, hopefully.
Yeah.
If we're still on new business, I'll just, since everyone's kinda had some good ideas and we talked about using the ballpark for, the yard sale even, same concept that I've mentioned before, but if anyone knows like local vendors, local farms, and we wanna start getting, like, this could be another long-term vision, but getting a couple farmers markets there, have everyone just come sell to us, so I don't have
Oh,
to
yeah.
drive everywhere.
Right,
That'd be cool, spring and summer and fall, you know, or something, whenever the farms are out, but it'd be cool to have like 3 to 5, 7 vendors come by and everyone in Mountain Lakes just knows to go there one Saturday, one Sunday and come on. So just another idea we could kind of,
Or if we do the community gardens, like Serene said, we can sell our own.
yeah, that too, it could be all that, so.
On that same vein though, Eric, you could do the local food trucks and have a day that
Yes.
they come in and
Yes.
help support their business, get
Yeah.
them known to people in the area. That would be another thing that you could do.
I would almost wanna do the food trucks over here though, at night. If it was like, you know, from like
It'd be-
6 to 9 PM or something like
Yeah.
that on a Friday night, just
Yeah.
by the water, I think that's more the,
Yeah.
summer
Standing
vibe.
event
Buy,
every Friday night.
better
What's
buy.
that?
Rotation.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool, like, if we could call it like a food truck Friday or something, and
Yeah.
once a month, just have that. You know, if we could garner the support and everything, so, that'd be great too.
I think reach out to Vinny and
Yeah.
I bet he would help with setting that up,
Yep.
or at least other vendors
How
that
about
have the food truck.
What's
Yeah.
happening?
And Sean Porter.
Sean Porter?
Yeah, of course, yep.
He has the pizza truck that's over at Don and what's her name's place? And then, Vinny does in town, he does all the fairs. But they all get together, they know each other, so
Yeah.
I'm sure he would have some other contacts for
Yeah,
us.
the network, yeah, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give us
and
the
maybe time it for a time that we're running something down here at the beach. That it would help bring more people in for whatever event you're doing,
Like the
the,
kayaks on the lake,
yeah,
yes.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
These food trucks book months in advance, guys, just so you're aware. They're not available on a moment's notice, but you know, I'm sure if you made plans far enough in advance, you could get them. And while we're on that subject, when you're gonna do the breakfast sandwiches that you do for the bike event, I'm sure because it's the Haverhill Fair weekend, a lot of those food trucks won't be available to us. And it might be an opportunity for you to sell sandwiches in the afternoon, just as a thought. But that would require a lot of work. I'm aware of that.
Too much
But,
work.
but it is an opportunity just in case you're interested. And the reason I'm on, I wanted to ask a question if I could, which is, could we find some way to bring back a regulation ping pong table over by the lakes for the summer?
Don't we have one?
We have a small one.
Small.
Oh, a regulation.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
2 years ago it got damaged or
Yes,
destroyed, and I picked up a small one that was like called outdoor friendly, you know,
Yeah.
but it's not a regulation, is right. I still like the idea that was presented long term of like, I don't know if you're muted. I thought you were talking. Sorry. I still like the idea of a stone one long term, but
Yeah.
I want to build up to that.
Ken Heward
Yeah.
had said he was gonna look into it.
Yeah.
I did. I
Yeah.
sent those quotes to Bob, and Bob forwarded them to Eric, and then Eric received them from me. And that was out of South Reigate, and I don't know whatever turned out with that. So, my other idea too was maybe a bingo night. I don't know if the rec department ever looked into a bingo night. I know the local VFW does fairly well. They get usually 40 people a night when they have it one day a week, and usually the winnings.
Requires a license for that. Bingo requires a license. But if I could just go back to the ping pong table, I'm sorry, Ken, if I could just go back to the ping pong table for a minute. The other thought that I had was, there is one, if I'm not mistaken, down at the lodge. And maybe we could use that one in the summer at the lake.
No, that's an indoor one.
Yeah, if it gets rained on one time, it's gonna
Yeah.
be destroyed.
Yeah.
That's the
Okay,
problem.
all right, okay.
Yeah.
We'll just use
So,
it.
That's why the stone idea is great. It's a very costly.
It's-
endeavor.
Effective.
But I want to work towards that.
I
The
think-
grant that I priced out, the two piece. Go
It's
ahead.
used quite a bit.
Yeah, the granite one that I priced out, and I think I sent it to Eric. It was 2-piece. It was 1.5 inch thick, and it was cheaper than a 1-piece. A 1-piece was like $7,000 or so. This was, I believe, $3,200 or somewhere in there. And we make our own frame underneath it,
Yeah.
and it was polished on top, and it can stay outdoors full time.
We should start a GoFundMe for that.
No, this is something that gets highly used at the lake in the summer. I think we're missing an opportunity to do something for the community here. I'd like to see us try to move forward with something quicker rather than later. I think another season with it gone is gonna be a shame.
I guess I'd have to look at where our finances are, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah, the budget.
3,200
We
is
got
is greater than our
2,000
budget.
fund
Yeah.
to rec this year, that's all.
Well, I realize that, but I know that when the budget came up this year, wasn't that in talked about?
No,
No.
Yes.
Randy, can I go back to the basketball court, the tennis courts and ask you a question about that?
Yeah,
Do you
sure.
remember if they were always locked?
Well, we tried to keep them unlocked for a while as we did the basketball court. And we had a lot of skateboarders go in there. We had the net sliced a few times. We had some issues, which is why it had to be kept locked. So it was found to be something we had to do. Same with the basketball courts. People weren't being very kind.
But there's now cameras,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's cheaper to put in cameras than it would be to put in the,
Even a fake camera.
yeah, I don't,
Just in
we have
the
a
corner,
real
just
camera.
Everyone would know, yeah, but we could, if we have Wi-Fi at the lodge, it would be, we could get a camera there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're about to spend, what, $25,000 to resurface that tennis court. We don't want some kids going in with skateboards and ruining it. I'm sure if camera would work, anything would work that's 21st century, as long as it's being monitored.
Yep.
That's the issue.
Yep. Thanks, Randy.
Okay.
anything else?
So that's a no on the ping pong table?
No, I think he's gonna take it to the
I
commissioners, right?
think I wanna just think about it more than right now, and look into what we have for finances and how we might be able to do it, and maybe if we could raise some funds for it
Some
somehow.
funds.
So we,
Right.
But I
Thank you.
love that idea, I absolutely agree.
Hey, Eric,
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
can I make a suggestion to keep the pool open till at least Labor Day this year? There was a lot of talk last year that the pool closed way too early. And usually, a couple of weeks after the pool normally closes in August, it's still pretty nice weather.
But we don't have anybody to.
We lost our help.
I know we did something last year where we extended it, I don't know what we have for a closing date already this year, I guess we don't
Yeah, I
know.
think the pool was extended, at least 1 week. But it wouldn't take much of anything.
Second that.
It wouldn't take much of anything to keep the pool open till Labor Day, because last year, John did have extra chemicals. And there was plenty of chemicals to keep the pool open. So I'd like to see if the rec committee would back keeping the pool open till at least Labor Day this year.
Not putting anyone on the spot, but was it real expensive to keep the pool heated last summer?
I'd have to do all that kind of research, you know?
I don't,
There was money put in the budget to keep it open longer this year, I believe.
I don't think the pool was heated very many times last year.
Well, let's put this.
Oh, I think it was
Was
heated all
heated
the
all
time.
the
yeah.
time.
you won't need the heat now, the tree's gone. So maybe we table this and do some research.
Well,
I think this needs a little
we
more,
can-
I need to talk to
We can
John
ask for a
and-
motion to have it taken to the commissioners.
Yeah,
Yeah, extending the hours, then we can research to see if we can afford
I'll
it.
make the motion.
Yeah,
I second.
okay, so we have a motion to,
A motion to adjourn?
yeah,
No,
Not
yet.
I used to run my DPW committee, bang, bang.
yeah.
Done?
Okay, so there's been all in favor of presenting to the commissioners to extend the pool time
Not
limit.
the hours, the days.
Just to,
The number of days.
okay, alright, so we're gonna have that
Aye.
conversation first.
Aye.
We'll bring it to
It
the-
might be
Aye.
to start thinking.
Anybody opposed to that?
You wanna be in
Oh,
charge?
nobody's opposed to that, right? Yeah.
Okay,
Linda, just
I
a
wanna be able to
suggestion,
come
this
and
might
go
be
take
a
food
good time
deliveries
to
and
start
nothing.
a short-term list
here,
and
I
a
have,
long-term
but,
list, goal list of the things, like when these things
Yeah.
are suggested, add them to the list, and you can slowly chip away at that list,
Yeah.
work on one thing, get that going.
I'll make that.
Like the
Get that
games
finished.
and the
Okay.
suggestions.
I'm already
and
doing one
parties.
before.
Yeah.
So I think there was a motion to adjourn, is that
Yeah.
what's happening?
Yeah.
Alright.
Second.
Yeah, we gotta come back for the other one. You know, who make a quick dinner?
I'm gonna take whatever you need.